Alright, this is Calibos, and we are playing Project Ozone 3. So, stuff and things. We did all that. We have our fancy setup over there. So, looking at our quest book, probably should have done that before I started. So at this point we need to work our way to this. Now we can't do this yet because we have to get to whatchamacallit. There's a thing. We have to do it, and we will at some point. Combustion generators. We could work our way through some of that. We are kind of doing this. We did the wither builder. We did this mob duplicator. We haven't done the rancher. So we have done the harvester though. So, and the sledge boiler. Yeah, honestly, all we need is the planter and the rancher, and then we'll do this section, and we can work our way through that. So maybe we'll do that. I remember we were doing something, but I don't recall exactly what it was. Oh, random things. I was going to look into random things. Oh, yeah. So one of the things that I did after the last episode, there we go, is you'll notice that this is significantly quieter than it was, and I changed this to a redstone clock instead of the thing. And I also changed this. So what I did was so this is going into a black ender tank, and this is also going into a black ender tank. And so I've gone ahead and I have the ender tank going here, and it is pumping from this into this. So we're also trying to empty this into that, but it is clearly not going as fast as I would like, because it is not. So what about hardened fluid conduit? We need a servo. So I'm going to try and speed this up a little bit because I'm really impatient. But, yeah. So I'm really, just want to get this empty, because these are significantly bigger. If you look at that second number, 214783647. So I think that is one of the largest representational numbers that Minecraft is capable of without like a little bit of monkeying. So, what is that? 400,000, 1 million, so that is 2,147,483,647 millibuckets, compared to 65 million millibuckets. So, yeah, that. Actually, I suppose I could have put some speed upgrades in that. It would have been okay. So one of the things that I would like to do, just kind of as an aside, is we need some sort of like wireless power transmission, so I don't have to keep charging my terminal. So let's look at this. So we're going to need an ender resonator, a basic capacitor, well, any capacitor really, and some electrical steel. So the ender resonator is kind of the big thing here. Slice and splice. So we want to make this. Soul machine chassis. What is it asking for here? Let's look at heads. What do we have a lot of? Let's use zombie heads. I'm just going to do this. So if we're looking at the slice and splice, so we need to make solarium ingots energized by metal gears and soul machine chassis. So these should be relatively easy. We need to make solarium ingots, which we're going to be making through do we have an alloy smelter set up? So gold and like so. I think that we have an alloy furnace around here somewhere, don't we? Alloy furnace. Alright. So do we have a recipe for soul sand? How much soul sand do we have? Soul sand, we have a little bit. Let's see if there's a recipe for it, just in case. Wither dust. Okay. So let's tell it that, and then we'll set up a recipe for soul sand. I don't expect that we're going to need it, but you never know, right? Okay. So now, when we look at the slice and splice, and we ask it to make one, now it wants energetic alloy nuggets and infinity bimetal gears. Alright, so infinity bimetal gears. We're going to swap this out for iron because we can, and iron doesn't do terrible things. Forgot what we needed already. So we need energetic alloy and the soul machine chassis. So let's look at the energetic alloy. Are we going to be able to craft energetic alloy? Maybe not. It'll be a challenge. Okay, so now I think the last thing we need is the soul machine chassis. So we need soul attuned die blend. Which is going to require organic brown dye and organic black dye, which is going to require twigs and pruning and slime balls and Do we actually have a sag mill set up anywhere? This is a sag mill. Yes. Perfect. So one of the reasons that we specifically want a sag mill for this is it can only be done in a sag mill. So twigs and prunings. So we need shrubs to have an 80% chance. Grass gives us a 5% chance. Ferns, dead bush gives us a 60% chance. 2% chance, and double tall grass. Oh man, this is not good. So it looks like shrubs are going to be our best bet. Alright, well, you know, how do we make shrubs? So we can't make those. Dead bush. So if we put any sapling in here, we get a dead bush. So let's do this. Dead bush. Oh, sweet. Okay, we have 10,000 oak saplings. I think that that's enough to rely on for just the moment. It's possible anyway. Now it kind of looks like we are going to need to do this through dead bush. Is it specifically? Yep, has to be an alloy smelter. So let's set up an alloy smelter somewhere. Now I need to move this ender chest because we're going to make this better. There, and then we're going to alter this to pull from the front and clear that. So it's going to keep doing things. Perfect. Because we're actually going to need a double tall sag mill in a bit, and I'm probably just going to mimic this setup right over here. So if we go ahead and say power supply, alloy smelter, and then 2 chests, sound pattern empty, ender chest, just 2. So we're going to want a black one, and I guess I could have set it up so that black was on this side and we just use the same chest, or set it up over here, something like that. Actually, that would probably be more efficient. So we'll just do this, and we'll tell it that we are going to push to there. We'll give it power here, and then we're going to have a... Oh, good, we grab the chests. Why are we sitting on those? What? Oak. Oh, I know what the problem is. I know exactly what the problem is. If we come right over here, yep. We don't have any room in the system for the crafting to happen, so we need a 64K. Come on. 64 Okay, drive. Can it make it? Maybe not. I meant to make more of them, and I did the setup so that I could make more of them, and then I didn't. So that's kind of embarrassing and awkward. Cancel, cancel. Oh my gosh. Do I have any drives in here? Just one will set everything up. Drive. Disk. Nope, that's not what it's called. Applied. Storage housing. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna have to do this the fun way. Should be here. $1K. Okay, thank you now. I think it's what? I have no idea how many. So, 4K. So this is just temporary. We're gonna pop this in here, and then we're gonna make a 64K drive or more. Alright, that should allow crafting to happen again. So 64. Actually, what's the biggest one? Component. No. Cell. Can we make one of these? We need a lot more redstone. We can totally make one of those. This is going to take a minute. Perfect. Did we... Oh, there it is. So the uses for this involves the advanced storage housing. I know. I get sidetracked again. It happened. But this is actually a problem that everybody should be learning how to deal with. How many diamonds do we have? Diamond. Okay, we have a little bit of diamond there. I might actually just need to do might have to do a another thing with the redstone. So we have it, it's just taking a second to get through. Pop that in there and everything will finish. Okay, sweet. So this and that, and my expectation is that what we're actually seeing is we've gotten so many individual items that it's giving us trouble. Not specifically that yeah. Yeah, I think that's really the problem, is we just have too many individual items. But we'll mess with that another time. Like I said, most of that's going to have to be done off camera. And I'm pretty much just going to have to, like, set these up and go. Anyway, now we can make our ender chests. Which we have a lot of them now, because they can finish. So we'll need a color for specifically this. And I haven't really decided what color that's going to be. How about purple? Have we done purple with anything? We may not have. Let's find out. How would we know? Black, black, red, lots of gray, black, 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 red, red. Sure, purple seems great. We'll use purple. So we actually need, what, 3 more purple? Well, we used purple for something. I have no idea what it was, but we did. So let's pop this down and we'll go purple, purple, purple. Throw this in the system, throw that in the system, throw that in the system. So where can we set this that it'll be okay? So this pattern goes all the way back here, and it has 15 of 32 channels. Plenty of channels. So we're just going to pop that there. We're going to set up an interface. Get rid of that. Interface. And we're going to say that anything that goes into there is going to be that. So purple, purple, purple is our sag mill. So now we can go ahead and say our alloy smelter. So we can go ahead and say if we want twigs. So odds are that if we do this, let's change that recipe. We want dead bush, dead bush. So we have an 80% chance. So we're just going to go ahead and tell it that a dead bush, and we'll put in 5 gives us a reasonable chance of getting 1. I mean, it's probably better than that, but what can you do, right? So there. So now we can do clippings and trimmings, and we ran out of time. So we wanted the Soul machine chassis. So, which would be chassis, this thing. Induction smelter is going to be, honestly, we could just do it with the alloy smelter. So that would be purple over here. Just want to get this Soul machine chassis going. Now I'm starving to death. So it needs the brown dye and the black dye and the soul powder. Oh my gosh, we're just going to make this quick. Organic brown dye is this. Organic black dye is going to be this. And then organic green dye, because we're going to need that too, is just going to be that. And these are all done in the alloy smelter, which is going to be our thing right here. Boom, boom, boom. So that's all 3 of our dyes. And we should have lots of slime. And the ability to make it. What is slime? There we go, it's that. So now we have a recipe for slime in here. Hopefully we didn't already have it. It gets very confused. Soul chassis. All we need now is the soul powder. And soul powder is solarium ground down. So we're going to do that right now. So we'll pop that into here. And now we should just be able to make our chassis. And there we go. So a lot of grinding happening. Everything is craftable, and we have our soul machine chassis. I can't say it, but we will have it in a second. So I really hope you liked this episode. It did kind of go all over the place, but we have some automating set up. I didn't quite do the automation just right because this thing here doesn't pull correctly. There we go. Now it's pulling correctly. So there we go. And now everything should make itself. It's crafting the 2 things, crafting that, and soul machine chassis. So I'd like to thank everybody for coming. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave me a like. If you didn't, don't. Maybe tell me why. If you want me to repeat myself more, I can. Questions, comments, concerns can all go below. And you folks have a fantastic night.